Welcome back, everyone, to our prayer journey with Mike Toth as we continue stepping through the book of Ruth, one verse at a time. We left off in chapter 2, verse 19 last time, where Ruth came to Naomi with hands full of purpose, tons of barley. And Naomi, looking upon this, knew she was blessed. And she said to her, "Where did you go today? Where did you glean?" And Ruth tells her, "In the fields of Boaz." And this really must have elevated her faith. And let's read verse 20. I started reading it the last time, but we're going to continue through it. And I'll give some explanations on all of the different things that are in this particular verse. And Naomi said unto her daughter-in-law, "Blessed be of the Lord. He had not left off his kindness to the living and to the dead." And Naomi said unto her, "The man is near of kin unto us, one of our next kinsmen." I don't know if Ruth understood this whole entire statement, but we'll go through it in detail and see if we could pick up what is being said here. In Naomi's eyes, Ruth was living because she was young enough to go and get married again and do things. And, so she's being blessed. But in Naomi's eyes, she's dead. She's, God has just tossed her to the side. But now he's being good even to her. One of the reasons we say born again, because it does say it in the New Testament, but it's a meaning of being resurrected from the dead. And this is the exact feeling that Naomi is getting here. She was dead, but now God has resurrected her, in a sense, in her faith. There's a big difference between knowing of God and knowing God personally. Knowing of God can keep you a little fearful, but knowing God means you can commune with him. I don't know where Naomi was in her walk, but I know she had faith in God because she displayed it to Ruth, and that's why Ruth comes with her. All right, but then she goes on here, and she says a statement that I don't know if Ruth totally understands, but she says he's one of our next of kinsmen. And this is very important because this man has the ability, because of his position as a kinsman, to redeem the property that Naomi lost. All right. And he has something even more. He has the financial ability to take back that property. This is also a picture of Jesus Christ. Why did Jesus come in the flesh? He came in the flesh so he can be our kinsman. And Jesus has the ability, the payment ability, to pay for us and pay for our sins and bring us into his kingdom. This is the picture here that God is giving, even in the Old Testament, thousands of years before his resurrection and death. So we go on in verse 21. And Ruth the Moabitess said, now listen carefully. He said unto me, thou shalt keep fast by my young men until they have ended all my harvest. Now he did say, stay quick to the men to get your drinks, but he said to stay with the maidens. Ruth is a younger woman. Boaz is a little bit older. I want you to see how depth of love that Ruth has. So, this is her statement. Stay next to, there's probably somebody in there that would marry you, Ruth, and has money and could take care of her, but the property wouldn't be redeemed. We go on this verse 22. And Naomi said unto Ruth, her daughter-in-law, it is good, my daughter, that thou go out with his maidens, that thou may meet not in any other field. Stick close to the maidens. This is a sacrifice on Ruth's part because Boaz is probably older. He could redeem them all, or she could just go and have a good life with one of the younger men. But what is love? It is a commitment. And she made a commitment to Naomi. And whether she knows it or not, if she was to marry Boaz, she's going to be blessed beyond dreams. Let's go on in verse 23. So she kept fast by the maidens She listened to her mother-in-law. Young people listening in here, when you have an old one giving you godly advice, take it. It's only for your own benefit long-term. Short-term, things look good sometimes. Long-term. What good is it if you made an investment in something that you're going to make a lot of money? You make it a couple of months, and then all of a sudden, it was a scam, and it was all taken away. You got nothing. But if you invest long-term, you'll have something because you're in a safer type of an investment. And you can't be any safer than being in God's investment. So she kept fast by the maidens of Boaz to glean unto the end of the barley harvest and of the wheat harvest, and dwelt with her mother-in-law. She went and did what she was supposed to do, and she stays with her mother-in-law. She stays in a safe place. She keeps herself pure and away from young men, and she takes her mother-in-law's advice. Now, before I end, I'm going to give you a clue to what's going to happen in the next video, because Naomi, smart little woman, knows how to do a little makeover of Ruth to make her even more attractive in many different ways to Boaz. So until next time, may Jesus increase as we decrease.